Hello, everybody. Hope you all had a good day. I had a good day. Been working really hard. Um, Working with people that have a mindset of making a difference. And anytime I can get behind somebody that has that kind of heart, I'm all in, always. And so today, I'd like to talk about what Jesus said in John 13:34. He gave a new command, and that was that we love one another. Seems easy enough, but then we look around at the media and the clickbait approach to putting out what's supposed to be just news, and it's really not. It's really not news. If it was news, it wouldn't be slanted, and it used to be better. Like it didn't slant it like they're doing now. Before they would, take a one-sided approach to the news, and now they actually just make it up. They'll take a topic that's based on an actual event and then make it up. It's weird. It's weird to look at that things are so far gone with the media that you can't even trust really anything you watch anymore. It's crazy. And people are still thinking that that's real. They'll make stuff up, and then they'll take little video clips and cut out a section and then feed that and comment without playing the full context of that statement. And that hasn't been totally uncommon, but now it's gotten to where they'll chop the media, like in an interview, for example, and take a different part of that interview and take the answer from that and slip it into the to match it with a different question. Well, that's not news. That's completely fake. It's fraud, really, right? And why this was kind of heavy on my heart was, I counsel people that struggle, and I've seen a huge jump in people that are actually afraid of losing their God-given rights, and not understanding that what they've been hearing hasn't been completely honest. So talking them through that, and then a lot of this falls under the political world that we're dealing with reporting and so forth. And these people are scared, like they're legitimately scared. And to try to explain to them that these things that they're worried about, by law and by structure, uh, can't fall onto one person. We have checks and balances within our government. We have three branches. Then we have some umpires, call balls and strikes if things aren't right. But it takes all three at the end of the day to reach the level that these people are afraid of, and so I commit my time to all these people so that they can live life and not have to have that fear or anxiety. They're all really good people, but they're watching misrepresented news, and it's not a side issue. It's like one does it one way, one does it the other way, and neither one of them is hitting things right. So that really is the good thing about the internet these days, is that you can actually look it up yourself, and they'll say that the previous president said this, or the president back in whatever time said this. Well, now you can actually look it up and watch the whole thing. So a lot more people are doing that, so that's really good. It's important that when we're working with people and talking with people, that we're not labeling them based on, we're not labeling period, but don't label them a bad person because they follow a particular group, whether, politically, whether it's Republican, Democrat, Independent, whatever, but they're a person. We need to get back to being human with one another and not dividing. We wouldn't be so divided if the media wasn't poking like they're poking. They like to label people as horrible and all these things if you follow one side or the other side. But on the core issues, a lot of us are actually closer than we think. And we need to remember that Jesus actually said it, when he said to love one another. When I studied the language and culture of that time, love was more like a commitment, a commitment of goodness. And so when Jesus said to love one another, it meant to commit goodness. It's a commitment. So we can commit goodness to others. That's what we're supposed to do. If anything, that's our sole purpose in life, is to commit goodness to the world. Let God's goodness work through us and bless the world. So always seek good things, seek good outcomes, seek good in others. The differences certainly are there, but we don't need to focus on them. Let's focus on the stuff we're more in alignment with, and build a stronger community. If you take the word love and think that as a commitment of goodness, to bring that to a deeper understanding, is if you just, in John 3:16, it said, God so loved the world that he gave his only son, right? God was so committed to the world. God is the greatest good, right? So God was so committed to the world, he committed his son, right? His commitment of goodness. He was so committed to goodness, so committed to you, because you're part of this world. So when we're supposed to commit goodness, know that that came from somewhere. God committed his goodness to you. Now you can commit your goodness to the world, right? It's reciprocal. If everybody does that, we're all good. We're all good. It really does fix the whole world if we just simply love one another and commit goodness. And if somebody's got something awesome going on, help them with it, right? If someone's stumbling, help them up. If they're going down the wrong path, show them a better one, right? It's that simple. It really is. So, the scriptures that say love one another is so important. Anytime you see love in the Bible, you look at that from a love one another, commitment of goodness. It changes. It brings it all home. Let's just go through a couple of those. I'll pull them up here, just because, So in John 3:34 or 13:34, he says, "A new command I give you: love one another, as I have loved you." Right? See, it passes through. So you give love, and that person then receives that, then they feel that, then they give love. So when Jesus says, "Love one another as I have loved you," then you know where that comes from. It comes from God, right? It says in Romans 13:8, it says, "Let no debt remain outstanding, except the continuing debt to love one another. And whoever loves others has fulfilled the law," right? That's what we're supposed to do. It's really that simple. Just be committed to the goodness of others and yourself. Know that this is 1 Peter 1:22. Now that you have purified yourselves by obeying the truth, so that you may have sincere love for each other, love one another deeply from the heart. Deeply from the heart, right? See how powerful that is? And 1 Peter 3:8 says, "Finally, all of you be like-minded, be sympathetic, love one another." Yeah. Be compassionate, be humble. So you commit goodness. It's really that simple. So as you're living your life out there and you see people in need, help them out, right? And know that that's its own reward. Knowing that you've put something, you put effort, you put goodness out into the world, and that spreads, right? That spreads. And if you're helping someone, don't look for a return. You do it because it's good, right? Jesus, even when he sent his disciples out, he said, "Don't bring an extra tunic," and all these other provisions. Let your work create the provisions. And when you're out there doing good and someone's taking advantage of you, because that can happen, and you just do what you can, and always be good, have that mindset. And if it's not reciprocal, what do? It says you dust your feet off and walk on, right? Dust your feet off and walk on. Go to the next person and be a blessing to them, and just keep doing that. You're planting seeds, right? So that's good stuff. That's good stuff. It's not that difficult at the end of the day. And I'm kind of rambling halfway a little bit, but I've been working on a lot of stuff, and I've seen a lot of people that needlessly we're feeling troubled. And as a society, as humanity, we need to steer these things in a better direction. We can't be so divided, especially being deceived to be divided. We're gullible as a human. As humans, we're gullible from the beginning. You just take, Adam and Eve, right? Walking in the garden, best life, great relationship with God. Everything is so good, pure good, right? And the first time they encounter an outsider that pops in and says, what you've been told is wrong. The serpent popped up and committed the first transgression against God, lied against God to separate his children from him, lied to his children to separate them from him. That was the first transgression against God. And we're gullible because Eve even said that she was beguiled, she was tricked. And Adam was right there too, he was tricked too, right? We're gullible. We fall for that kind of stuff. It's that garbage talk, and we pick it up from the news, we pick it up from other people. Don't listen to that. Always seek goodness. You seek, you'll find it. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it. Whatever door you knock on, it'll be opened. So what door are you knocking on? You're knocking on the goodness, the God's door, or you going the other way, right? So let's start focusing on the good stuff in life, the good stuff in people, the blessings that God put literally everywhere. There's blessings everywhere. He put them there for you. I would have to say that probably one of the biggest maybe, probably not, whatever, but it's a big thing. When you reject God's blessings, think about how that feels if you hand somebody a gift from your heart and they just throw it back at you. That's what you're doing to God if you're not receiving those blessings. Take them in with a pure heart and grateful and feeling all that awesomeness so that you can share that awesomeness with somebody else, right? So don't reject God's blessings. God puts blessings literally everywhere. Find goodness in everything. Well, I think with that, I'm going to conclude. I just wanted to change it up just a little bit because of some of the stuff that I've been working with. And, it's a lot of work trying to steer someone back to a positive place after they've been drugged through so deep. And it's tough. It's one of the scriptures says that man loved the darkness so much that he rejected the light. There's a lot of pieces to that. One being that if you believe something for so long, even though it's a lie, it's hard to let it go because that's the reality that you know. So you reject the light, you reject the truth, right? You reject everything that's good because you're so focused for so long on negative stuff. So focus on positive stuff. You guys have a blessed day and love one another. Be committed to goodness, right? God bless.